Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre and I write under the name of Esculous. I'll be doing 16 books, and the teachings, what we'll be doing is the introduction to the teachings on the atonement. There's 5 teachings. I'll just use the dummy sheet. The first teaching there, 18 areas of enlightenment, the purpose of the atonement, the will of the members of the body, the natural self and the divine purpose, the mind and heart of man. From these teachings, people will come into an entity of a purpose and direction in their life, and from my writings I've written to people's understanding to reach as many people as what I can. So the teaching on the atonement is very important, and to come into the stillness of God and to come into God's ways and God's deeds in this life is of importance, away from the ruler of this world, where the result basically to a lot of people is zero. So the provision of abundance, the provision of blessings towards yourself and others is guaranteed from the teachings of the Reorientation Centre. Thank you. Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre. I'm here to teach on the atonement. The first teaching is the 18 areas of enlightenment, and based on the principles of the biblical principles of the atonement. Over a lot of years I've come down to a lot of areas. These 18 areas can be attained on the website, and it's very important to come to a realisation that I of my own self can do nothing. What I do, I present either to the throne of God or the pointers to the words and thoughts to the very cross of the symbol to the divine of this universe, and I just allow God to change me. There's times when there's a purpose for change, and I make a commitment for the discipline of God in certain areas of my life. I keep things pretty simple these days, and to give people away. If you think that you can do something and things, go ahead, and you'll find it about if you hang on to the old ideas, the result will be nil. So I'm here to transmit a message of blessings, and the teaching of the 18 areas of the atonement is first to come to the realisation through the 12-step program that I of my own self can do nothing. Once I've come into that, I just allow God to be God and allow God to operate my own personal program to the fulfilment and completeness of this universe. Thank you. Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre and I write under the name of Esculous. The teaching here is the second teaching of the areas of the teachings on the atonement. There's the purpose of the atonement. And the purpose of the atonement is basically to deal with sin from the members of one's own body. And from those entities of things, I've come into a situation over a long period of time that I have basically had to come to terms with all these wills, and I transform my policies basically, and from the transformation of the policies my thinking was lining up towards the thinking of the deeds and purpose and ways of God. I learned along the way that the Reorientation Centre views 12 spiritual laws, and from those 12 spiritual laws I've developed a heart and a mind of a transition between my heart and my mind towards God. So the purpose of the atonement is basically to deal with sin from the members of the body, and to come into a life of the one body from God, the one spirit, the one mind, the one soul and the one life of God. And from my writings and things like that, I deal with all these areas so people can slowly come towards a transition of change. So the purpose of the atonement is basically to deal with sin, and the teaching from the Reorientation Centre is biblically based. Thank you. Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre and I write under the name of Esculous. The third teaching in the teachings of the atonement is the will of the members of the body. I put this down as a single will, and with the situation there, with the identification of the wills of the members of the body, I have found that all the wills have been so polluted that they go against the principle of the 18 teachings of the atonement area. And what I had to do along the way, I found in my journey that I had to come to terms with myself and make me yeses yeses and me noes noes. It's been a slow journey, and from that transformation from the carnal mind to my own personal heart and things like that, to the laws of God, I have made a slow change where there's some restoration to sanity. So the restoration to sanity will not occur unless you make your yeses yeses and your noes noes, and continue to keep on changing your policy to the direction and guidance from the inspiration of God that comes from this universe. So the most important thing is to know from the teachings of the Reorientation Centre and all my writings from Esculous is to give people a line where the spirit operates from, where it comes from, where consciousness is formed, where the Word of God goes out, and to come into an area of abundance in one life. So the decision along the way from the 5th step of the 12-step program is basically to get rid of all the bombardment of wills towards other people, and to totally confess the exact nature of the wrong where spiritual law is broken. So when people practice the 12 spiritual laws of the Reorientation Centre, enlightenment will occur to a great degree. So be still and know God, and may God bless you. Thank you. Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre, and I write under the name of Esculous. The natural self and the divine self is this teaching, and to come into the natural self, I have found that when I found my purpose in life, which is the work around the Reorientation Centre, it then become the purpose of God. So the whole area of dominion from the reborn situation of the natural being came into the light of God, where God did not take his dominion away from mankind. The only difference is that we just walk with God, and we have to learn to walk with God instead of doing what we think is best. So through inspiration and taking no thought for your life and things like that, you will get guidance and direction. The 12-step program offers a spiritual guides in the area where people will be able to come into the development of finding the commune to the God within oneself. So guidance is given from the 12-step program. It's a program of coming into the grace of God. It's also coming into the knowledge and the will of God and the expression of God in one's life. So the divine and the natural man become one, and from the incorporeal man, which is the entity that's never left the Garden of Eden, we can then come into a life where we're living the Garden of Eden on this earth, and that's important to me to do. And this is occurring in my life at the moment, so I'm here to express that lifestyle and to bless everybody along the way. Thank you. Hello, my name's Des. I'm from the Reorientation Centre and right under the name of Esculous. The mind and the heart of man is the teaching, is the 5th teaching and the teaching of the atonement. So the mind of man from the carnal mind is totally opposed to the ways of God, and that's just the way it is. It happened from the fall. The heart of man has got no respect or any knowledge of the laws of God. And I have found that it's been a long journey from the mind and from the carnal mind to the mind and the heart of God. It's been a long journey, and whatever teachings that you use along the way to improve that area, the Reorientation Centre outlines quite a number. One's the soul disciplines, is bringing yourself into the unity of the Spirit of God, and the oneness, taking the gospel out is a very important thing. I have written the book where I've missed things along the way over a lot of years, and I transmit a message now that I believe is powerful, and the power of the gospel of finding a teaching that you can take out to other people and bless yourself and bless other people. You're on the right track. So enjoy yourself on the spiritual path, and God bless. Thank you.